Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A man from Hazel Township is currently behind bars after police say he crashed a stolen vehicle in Wilkes-Barre. According to police, the vehicle was stolen by James Carnier on Monday, October 28th from outside a Subway restaurant on Wilkes-Barre Township Boulevard. Court records say Carnier drove the vehicle from the restaurant and crashed into a guardrail a short distance away. When police responded to the scene, officers say the vehicle had sustained heavy front-end damage and that Carnier had sustained an injury to his head. Officers say Carnier also reportedly smelled of alcohol. Carnier was transported to the Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Medical Center for treatment. Following a series of medical tests, police say Carnier admitted to stealing the vehicle. Carnier was released from the hospital and charged with theft, unauthorized use of a vehicle, driving under the influence, and careless driving. He is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, unable to post his $10,000 bail. The White House has announced that President Joe Biden will be traveling to Scranton on Saturday, November 2nd. The visit will take place just 3 days before the presidential election. White House staff have not released where in his hometown Biden intends to visit, but have stated that the president will be participating in political engagements. Additional details regarding the visit have not yet been released. 3 people have been displaced following a house fire in Jenkins Township on Tuesday morning. According to officials, crews were dispatched to the 1200 block of Main Street around 10 a.m. Upon arriving at the scene, crews say a heavy fire was found in the kitchen area of the home. Damage was also sustained to the second floor. According to officials, 3 people and 2 pets have been displaced by the fire and are receiving assistance from the Red Cross. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Coming up on WYLN News, the Hazleton Public Transit Office announces an upcoming closure. Plus, Wilkes-Barre police invite the public to their annual Trunk or Treat event on Thursday. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health have come together, 2 leading health systems dedicated to improving the well-being of our communities and offering you broader access to uncompromising, high-quality care, stronger together for you.
My name is Adi and my home is Cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Contact Pete Kasalica for a home and auto quote today.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. The American Cancer Society Greater Hazleton Unit's 46th Annual Telethon, working together in 2024, sweeping cancer out the door, will be held Saturday, November 23rd from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts and broadcast live on Wyln TV 35. Make sure you tune in for all the entertainment and make a pledge. That's the 46th Annual Telethon, live on Wyln TV 35, November 23rd.
Hi everybody, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Sarah McManus is going to tell us her story. 8 years old, she was traumatized. 16 years old, hit by a car as a pedestrian. Now 23 years old, another car accident. So stay tuned to see how chiropractic care has changed her life.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Wilkes-Barre City Police Department is attempting to identify a suspect in a recent package theft. According to officials, the incident took place on Carlisle Street on October 26th. During the incident, the female shown in the video is believed to have stolen an Amazon package from the porch of the home. Anyone with information regarding the theft is asked to contact Wilkes-Barre City Police at 570-208-7994. The Department of Public Services has announced that the Hazleton Public Transit Office will be closed on Tuesday, November 5th in observance of Election Day. The Church Street station will remain open and buses will still be running. The office will resume regular hours on Wednesday, November 6th. The Wilkes-Barre Township Police and Fire Departments are gearing up for their annual Trunk or Treat event. The event is scheduled for Thursday, October 31st from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Wilkes-Barre Township Fire Department. Last year, over 400 kids were in attendance. During the event, kids will have the opportunity to collect a bag of goodies, win prizes, and enjoy hot dogs. Anyone interested in attending can RSVP by calling Detective Leanne Ray at 570-208-4635, extension 250. Coming up on Nanticoke's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Bloomsburg Part 3. Plus, we learn about the seasonal affective disorder on this week's Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Spring Mountain Farms, a family-owned and operated farm in Lehighton. Visit the Pick Your Own Orchard for blueberries, blackberries, peaches, grapes, raspberries, and more. There's always a large selection of farm-raised and local vegetables at Spring Mountain Farms. The farm store sells 100% grass-fed beef, 100% grass-fed lamb, and free-ranged eggs, all raised on the farm. Visit Spring Mountain Farms today at 4595 Interchange Road in Lehighton. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network. Do you remember cranking down the car windows so you could pump up the jam? If you do, schedule your mammogram online today. Visit lvhn.org/mammo.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rainer. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
By the 1880s, the iron ore that has sustained Bloomsburg's economy for decades was starting to run out. Only low-grade ore remained, and most production had shifted westward to richer deposits. The town needed to reinvent itself industrially. The answer would come via the textile industry. Numerous mills would rise in town over the decade. The E.C. Caswell Woolen Mill, founded in 1882, the Bloomsburg Silk Mill, founded in 1888 by Joseph Ratty, who also gave the money to found the Bloomsburg Hospital, Bloomsburg Mills Incorporated, founded in 1899, and which operated for 120 years. And then there was the McGee Carpet Company. James McGee had started manufacturing carpets in Philadelphia, but by 1899 he felt a smaller town would be better for his business. He chose Bloomsburg for the location and was soon manufacturing velvet carpets and seamed rugs. In 1913, under the direction of his son Harry McGee, who also founded Bloomsburg WHLN Radio and contributed to the construction of the Bloomsburg Airport, McGee Carpet built one of the largest mills in the nation and soon became one of the biggest carpet producers in the world. The company continues operating today under the McGee Reader Automotive Systems name. Besides textiles, Bloomsburg around this time became a center of fountain pen production. Paul Wirt had moved to Bloomsburg as a young child and originally studied to be a lawyer, but he soon became interested in developing an improvement on the long-used quill pen design that would have its own ink reservoir and would not leak or clog. It is not known with certainty when Wirt developed his first fountain pen, although he would receive his first patent for design in 1882. In 1885, he opened a fountain pen factory in Bloomsburg, making him one of the first to mass-produce the item. At its peak, his factory employed 60 people, with Sears Roebuck & Company being a major client. In the community, Wirt also served at times as president of the Bloomsburg Water Company and vice president of the Bloomsburg National Bank. The premature death of his son Carl in 1921 weighed heavily on Wirt, and he sold his pen company 3 years later. Today, his factory now serves as an apartment building in Bloomsburg. Another Bloomsburg businessman's legacy lives on in a gift given after his death. David Stroop had run a candy store in town for many years. After his passing in 1884, his estate left money to the town waterworks. The waterworks then informed Bloomsburg Town Council that if it chose to use this money to build a town fountain, they would provide the water to it for free. The councilman agreed and purchased a two-tiered, 18-foot fountain from the Bronx's J.L. Mott Ironworks. What became known as the David Stroop Fountain was installed in Market Square in 1892 and soon became an icon of Bloomsburg. In 1966, the fountain, which by then was suffering from deterioration after 70 years, was removed and reassembled for display at the then-new McGee Transportation Museum just outside town. When the museum was severely damaged by Hurricane Agnes's flooding in 1972, the fountain was put in storage in the town maintenance facility. It would be returned and partially restored at its original location in 1984, albeit atop a new base that had been installed in 1966, and with a cherub replacing the two badly deteriorated crane that had been on top. In 2002, the fountain was disassembled again, and the iron components taken to Alabama for a full restoration. The fully restored fountain returned to Bloomsburg in November of that year, now atop another new basin. Finally, in 2005, a new crane was placed back atop the fountain, restoring it fully to its original appearance. At the turn of the 20th century, trolleys popped up across the nation. Bloomsburg would join in the trolley boom as well, with two lines ultimately serving the town. The Columbia and Montour Electric Railway, which opened for operations on August 2, 1901, would be Columbia County's first trolley line. In addition to Bloomsburg, the line also served Berwick and Catawissa. The Danville and Bloomsburg Trolley Company would subsequently begin service to the town on October 3, 1904, connecting the two communities in its name. Both trolley lines operated through 1926, when they would be replaced by bus service.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chairs Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Chairs is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Hi, welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lisa Marie, and I am again here at LVPG Family Medicine on the Airport Beltway with Rosalind Johnson, who is a certified registered nurse practitioner. She's in practice here with two other of our clinicians, and we are here to talk about something that we see every year at this time of year, seasonal affect disorder. You know, the seasons change, it's not summer anymore, you can't just walk out the door with no coat and smell the flowers, if you will, and it gets gloomy around here and we kind of lose that vitamin D and everything else that goes with it. So tell us a little bit more about that and also what we can do to help people.
Sure. So usually seasonal affective disorder kind of comes around, like you said, those winter months where sometimes most of us think it's a happy time because we have the holidays and we're around our families, but it's not like that for everybody. Sometimes it's more of a lonelier time, or it's harder for us to get outside. So when we don't have our normal activities such as regular exercise outside, or maybe we can't find such good and healthy foods to eat around that time because not as many fresh fruits and vegetables, it makes it a little bit harder. We feel a little bit more down and out, or we have like the winter blues. Happens quite frequently, but if you come see one of us, it is something that we can talk to you about and treat you for.
So, you know, another thing too is, you know, a loss of a loved one. Maybe it's at that time of year, or maybe it was just recent, and once again, you're alone, and no one should feel alone. Some people like to be alone, but when that's a difference between being alone and being lonely, right?
Sure.
And I'm sure that, you know, there's opportunities out there in the community to get involved in different things so you don't feel so lonely and at home. But on the health, you know, spectrum, which is very healthy to feel good about yourself, of course, you guys can help with that. So what would you normally do if I came in and said, you know, I just don't feel right. I feel depressed. I mean, I just don't have no get up and go anymore. You know, I think it's just because of the weather and what's going on. What would you kind of help me do?
Sure. So I always like to approach every patient and kind of see what they've been doing either already or some things that they might be lacking on. So like you said, if it's lack of interaction with other people, have you considered volunteering? You know, this is a great time of year where volunteers are really needed. You know, we might talk about that. We might talk about your diet and what you've been eating. Have you been eating healthy or not? Are you taking a multivitamin? Because you said, like you said, this time of year, this is the time of year that we go from a car or a vehicle to a building and then a building back to a vehicle.
Right.
We don't usually hang out outside, and if we do, we're covered in like exactly, you know. So usually, you know, I say, oh, like, you know, maybe we should check some blood levels and see, is your vitamin D low? Are you maybe anemic because you haven't been eating very well? Things like that. If maybe all of that is good, you've been doing everything you should, but your mood is still a little bit down and out, there are some medications that we can utilize as well. So there's lots of options, but each patient is individual. So that's one thing we always take into consideration in primary care.
Well, Rosalind, thank you so much. And if you are feeling down and out around this season and you really need to reach out to a friend, get together and do something. But once again, we're here to help you, guide you through a lot of things that you may not know that there's help for. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.